Right. Welcome in, everybody. We are here to do some rockets. Let's see. Hopefully we're not going to drop any frames. It looks like I've dropped 32 so far, but it doesn't seem to be dropping anymore, so it must have been a little internet spike. Okay. Got some water. Alright, turn this off. Okay, got my calculator stuff ready, and we are ready to go. What's even in this menu? Oh, that just takes me to a website. So if you're curious about what mods I'm running, feel free to watch some of my other video. There's a lot of them. I switched a mod that will probably affect some things here. I switched to unkerbal start, I think is what it's called, rather than probes before crew, which is what I had before. I think it's a slight... It's so hard to tell. I didn't like go back and forth and compare them because that would take a lot of closing and reloading the game, which is a lot of work. I also did some testing for another thing. Found out a couple of the issues that I was having in the last stream. But it turns out that, or at least I think that Unkerbal Start is a slightly higher quality mod with some better tech tree placement stuff and might work a little better with the mods I'm running, but it's going to have changed, yeah, what's happened here, because it changes the tech tree. So let's kind of take a quick look through all that in a second. I also got another mod for contracts, so we need to jump into our, where was that? Let's see. Oh, contract configurator? Yeah. So I think I added career evolution. And I'm guessing some of these we're going to want to take away, but I don't know which ones. So we're just going to see a lot of a lot of contracts. And then science parameter modifier. I'll probably want to take a look at that. I don't even know what I just applied. Which one is that? Is it this one? No, that's scatterer. Close window. Is it one of these? Contract reward modifier, contract window, scan sat. Nope, nope, nope. None of those. There it is. So with this one, we have a lot of new planets. I think the default values are probably going to be fine. Min-miss is 3.5, 2.5, 2.5. See, the moon, I feel like, should be a little higher. I don't know. Like, Duna and Ike are the same. You'd think Duna would be higher because it's harder to land on. So I might take a look through some of those values. You know, if I hit default for Ike, 433,105. See, it's completely different. So what changed it? I don't know. I'll keep those the way they were, and I'll find out what they should be. Anyway, that makes a big difference in your overall mission. So let's look at our new technologies and the slightly different tech tree. So this time, looks like it started with a lot of the same stuff as before, procedural parts, and then some basic rockets. Engineering 101 unlocks the barometer, a different antenna, and the decoupler. I did find out what happens with the decouplers too. Survivability does have the parachute. Another type of photovoltaic panel. Looks like they're in two places now. That probably is because I switched mods. Gadgets will get me the inline mystery goo container, which is different, and it weighs more, so that's a different change. This one... What's the combinability exponent? Why is it not telling me that? It says it's combinable, but I don't know what the exponent is. I feel like that's changed. It was at 4 before. What else? We now have... We still have the swivel. I think I also was able to change the liquid tanks such that they can be any size rather than needing upgrades. I now have these micro engines. And here it looks like we unlock a lot of different sizes. And what are these? The Star Shot. Oh, those are fireworks. I don't really understand why there are fireworks in this game. Why not, though? And then there's all sorts of things that we now haven't gotten. So fabrication is a radial decoupler, so we're going to need that. And basic construction has the launch clamps and some other decouplers, and looks like lots of fuel tanks. And I can pretty much nuke all of those with permaprune if I want my game to load a little faster. And let's check out our missions. So, yeah, so now we're going to have some different ones. So, unmanned missions, I will probably do those along with some rover missions once in a while. I can just make a rover on Kerbal. Exploration Plus and Career Evolution. Whoa. There's a lot inside of Career Evolution. Interesting. So, early space program. Okay, so we're going to have to redo a few of these. Launch an uncrewed vessel, upper atmosphere. Okay, so let's do a couple of these real quick. And then I'll show you where the decouplers have been hiding, because they do exist. Even though I couldn't find them, they do exist. I don't know why they are hidden where they are, and I've tried just about everything I can try, switching mods in and out, other things. Oh, we're also missing some other probe cores. Dang, okay. Is there any difference between these two? Not really. This one has stability assist as well. And I also found out why we were getting more stability assist options than we were supposed to have. So let's see if the procedural tanks now do what I want them to. Yep, I can make them whatever size I want. Perfect. Okay. So then now we can make much nicer looking rockets. Okay, so we'll just do a simple little guy. We'll put the sort by mass. Cogswell, that's a new... Is that a new part? No, it says it's not. It says squad. That must be a new part that I've never really seen before. So that one has pretty bad ISP. That one has pretty bad ISP as well. 190, jeez. The torch is a lot better. I think the torch is all we'll need for this one anyway. Except, why is that not showing up? Oh, what the heck? Uh-oh. What's going on there? There we go. That was weird. Okay, that's better. TWR, some delta V. Let's give it some little fins. We'll make it cute. Oops. Just minimize my game. Okay. And then we need communication. Okay, so now I have a few different options. We've still got that one, which is the relay antenna. A direct. That one's not combinable. Direct. Okay. So I think just this guy should be fine. And the decouplers should be here, but they're not. And I don't understand why they're not. But I can get to them by going to filter by module and then decoupler. And I guess I haven't done the research that unlocks it. I thought I had. Those were just there. Don't tell me they're like actually gone now. That would be bad. That's where they've been as I was checking other things. At least. Have I not unlocked any decouplers? Oh, maybe not. Maybe they're in here. Where? Oh, there they are. The TD 06 and 12. Okay. So we'll need a little bit more science to get those decouplers. But that's where they hide for some reason. And I couldn't figure out what mod was doing that. I tried uninstalling a bunch, running the game. The decouplers were still not showing up in the coupling menu. So somehow their categories getting changed and removed, and I don't know how. But okay, so this is test 1. Basically just exists to complete the contract. And another problem we were having was the SAS modules. We were getting full SAS controls on any probe, and I found out that that's because of the Making Less History mod, which disables some of the Making History features to save you RAM and loading time. Wait, what? Weird. Well, whatever. I guess Stay Putnik doesn't have SAS, and Probes Before Crew was adding that in. Regardless, this will complete our contract, make us a tiny bit of money, and I will just speed up time so we can watch this thing explode. I may have had a bit too much fuel in there. I wasn't really expecting it to go this high. Okay, hurry up. And vertical speed going down, and back down we go. We'll see if the explosions look correct or not. I'm surprised it's still facing this way. I would have thought it would turn around. And kaboom. Poof. All gone. Okay, back to the Space Center. We didn't make a lot of money on that contract, but because I switched, you know, I guess I didn't switch anything. I just added another contract pack. We kind of have to start back at the beginning to progress through them. Okay, so next after that one is what? Career Evolution, Early Space Program, Upper Atmosphere. That's easy. Kármán Line. Suborbital Trajectory. Okay, we can do both of those. And then there's crewed milestones, but I don't have that yet. Okay, so we'll do both of those. That should be pretty easy. We'll make a decent amount of money on that second one. And a little bit of science. Okay, so this guy, I should just be able to... Sorry, I'm checking if this has SAS. It doesn't. Oh, okay, I get it now. So Probes Before Crew must have been adding that in. So what I actually want to do is delete that and use the cube. And because that's a cube, let's make this a cube. That'll be more fun. Polygon with 4 corners, diameter. Decrease that so that it matches. That's fun. And then, how much delta V do we want? Probably 2,000 should get me out of the atmosphere. Gosh, we still have a TWR of 5, so I can go a little bit further. That should do it. And we'll take off the shroud on that guy. There we go. This thing's awesome. And then I actually... Do the liquid fuel tanks have a pyramid shape? Cylinder, cone, polygon. That's it. I guess I could do a cone. Add a little bit of aerodynamics. Alright, and this has gimbal, so I should be able to keep me flying straight. So this guy's whole goal is to just... Okay, will that mean... No, it's still... So if I mouse out of it, it changes... Flip-through blocker's still doing weird things. Like, it's focusing on redux as soon as I mouse over it. You can see all this stuff goes gray up here and everything. So that's why when I try to change the title, it does weird stuff. Anyway, let's see. GUI size? Ooh, I can make that a little smaller. Oh, that's hard to read. I wish I could uncheck some of these. Like, I don't care about cost. I don't think I can uncheck them. So, anyway. Okay, let's launch this bad boy. The Kármán line. Also known as space. Which technically in real life, there's not a fixed line for space, but it's kind of like there's less and less air until there's basically no air. But it's not like a solid line like it is in this game. Alright, so we're looking for upper atmosphere and suborbital trajectory. With our very square rocket. Dang. Our TWR is huge. We're already at 7. Okay, well we definitely are gonna escape the atmosphere. Oh, shoot. Maybe we won't. Apoapsis is going down. We need more vertical speed. Okay. I think we're gonna get high enough that I can rotate myself. Yeah, we're good now. Okay. That was kind of funny. I wasn't expecting those fins to explode. But we will get to our suborbital trajectory. Let me speed things up a little bit here. And there we go. Contract's complete. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the Space Center. Alright, what comes next? Probably orbit. What I need is more science. Yeah, see, I had already unlocked some things that are now gated behind that research. Which, didn't I already get that research? I got a few of the 45s, so I'm gonna cheat in a little bit of science, because I lost some science from changing the tech tree. So we're gonna gain 90. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Enough to get back to that. Because I know I had gotten... Yeah, it was just the prerequisite that wasn't there. Okay. And didn't I get flight control as well? I got one of these. Maybe it was general construction. Yep, there we go. It's already done. Okay. So that's a little better. We even have docking ports. Enhanced survivability, I don't really care a ton about. The service bay I will care about later. And gizmos, I definitely want this, mainly for the extending solar panels. But stability we're going to want as well. Okay, we already had that. And now that I have wheels, I should be able to build a really crappy rover. And I would like to have a small fairing. Okay, so that should get me a lot of the way there. And then these little RCS ports would be nice to have. Okay, so I should probably... Well, I probably shouldn't have done that. Because I thought I was going to have to buy these researches, but they're already done. So I just cheated a little bit. But whatever. That's XL photo. Okay. What's the difference between these two? Experiment return unit and experiment storage unit. This is 50, that's 100 kilograms, so this one's definitely better. Huh. Okay, so next mission. We've got a satellite mission. Just launch a satellite in orbit. We've got suborbital trajectory and return. And then we've got the crewed milestone still. Okay, so I think I'd like to start with the suborbital and return. We can do that. And then let's check out our strategies. Local science, massive scale launches, moon probes, Minmus probes. Okay. So I will want to do Minmus probes once we're ready for that. Massive scale launches gives you funding when you reach orbit with a vessel with a certain mass. And then local science would help if we made a little science rover, which I might do. So let's do that one. Okay. So let's build a little rover to get some science. Because now we have those airplane wheels so we can drive around. Okay, so science, well, we need new. So we'll start with little probe core. Oh, we have the Rove Mate now, which actually allows for rover stuff. Oh, interesting. So now we don't have the telemetry report. That is something Probes Before Crew added that apparently Unkerbal Start doesn't have, which is the science report from the probe itself. Not totally sure why, but okay, so we want to rotate this, and then let's see, we want structural. Doesn't look like I actually have much yet, so I'll just start with a fuel tank. And we'll empty it out. And then we'll put wheels on it. Okay, we do have some little rover wheels now, which is nice. We want mirror mode. Is it M? No. What changes it? Middle click. There we go. Okay, so we want that. Q. Nope. There we go. And then we want to rotate those out. Okay, hopefully that's enough wheels to be not rolling over or bottoming out on stuff. Then we need a bunch of batteries. Let's see, can I make these bigger? No, they still have a max size. So we'll just put down a few hundred electric charge. Then we need some panels. Those can receive 2.8 per second each, so that should be enough. Solar. Communication, let's pick the one that has the best power. That's 4 permit, 9 permit, 6, 5, 6, and 4. Okay. That's 2.67, 2.67. Okay. So just a couple of these should be fine. Do I need to extend them though? I do. Okay. Science, we need all the science parts. So, temperature, barometer, magnetometer, boom is important. Face that backwards a little bit, because that is a very long part. I'll show you. It extends out a very long distance. Mystery goo, experiment, storage. Experiment storage is nice to have simply because I can hit collect all and it'll grab all the science from different science parts, and that means I don't have to manually deal with crap. Science Junior, we finally have, which is nice. They're very large. Might put that somewhere else so I can put a couple Science Juniors here. And then what else? We need some mystery goos. I don't understand why the inline mystery goo is a different weight than the radial. That feels strange to me. Unless you can run it twice. They should be the same weight. Okay. So we'll only have 2 goo because I only have 2 Science Juniors, so there's... And I don't have an engineer on board. Anyway, unless I put these on the end. That seems like a bad idea. That's gonna hit something for sure. Okay, so we've got all that. Magnetometer, can't do multispectral. Okay, I think those are all the experiments I have. That can only run in the water, so that's not really worth it. Don't need any parachutes, that's for sure. Okay, I do need the solar panels though. well, that should be fine. Okay. Grover. The Grover one. That is an ugly piece of crap. Let's ride. There are some mods out there that basically prevent you from needing to go around the entire Kerbal Space Center to get science. But I kind of enjoy it. It's like a little rite of passage. Let's see if this thing even, if those little wheels can hold up the weight. It should be fairly light because the liquid fuel tank was empty, but I also, these Science Juniors weigh quite a bit. Okay, which way am I steering? It looks like this way? Yeah, okay, so that's forwards. And, well, I mean, it seems to be working. Doesn't go very fast, but it works. Brakes are weird in that they're not a toggle. If I hit B, I don't know why. Okay, so what I need is to open up Science Alert. And wow, materials study from the launch pad. We'll keep that. Magnetometer scan. And we'll keep that, and we'll collect all. And then essentially, that way the magnetometer will be refreshed and ready to go. Because if we have the data in there, so I'll show you. Okay, so let me keep that. We'll open up the storage unit, review stored data, keep the materials, but ditch the magnetometer. Okay, so right now, you can see that it's not showing that I need to collect anything, which is correct because I have the launchpad data. But when I go off the launchpad, we will here in a second, to the crawler way. Should switch any second now. Maybe this is where it switches. Yeah. So now you see that the magnetometer doesn't show up anywhere, even though it should, because we haven't done it. So if I hit collect all, then you'll see the magnetometer shows up. So then we just hit deploy all, keep, and there we go. Hit recover. And we'll do probably 2 more runs with this because that Science Junior thing is giving me a lot of science. Part of that's because I multiply, you know, I've got the 20% bonus science from the difficulty settings and a 20% bonus science. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The extra 20% bonus science from the strategy actually gets added onto this. So this is just referring to the 20% extra from my difficulty settings. I'm surprised we get 30 science from the material studies. That's intense. I mean, I'm okay with that. Just feels like more than I expected. What's the Kerbal amount? It's only 0.8. But we'll do another couple runs of that so we can unlock some more science. I wonder what the invalid parts are. These guys. What parts did I get rid of? Or maybe they're just locked parts. That's probably it. Wait, what? I literally just launched that. How could it say locked or invalid parts? That's weird. I've broken my game, apparently. How could there be locked or invalid parts when I literally just built it in the VAB? Huh. That's a strange error to have. Maybe I just need to save and reload the game. The whole tech tree stuff, you know, where I like had a node unlocked, but it wasn't unlocked because I had to unlock the one before it. That was all weird. So I don't totally know what's going on with that. but we will go fetch a bit more science. Okay, facing this way. It's a pretty nice turning radius, not gonna lie. See how fast we can get going on these little wheels. $10 meters a second, that's not bad. That's equivalent to what, like 30 feet per second-ish? 33 feet per second, and a foot per second is like 1.5 miles an hour, I think. So yeah, we're closing in on 50 miles an hour. And we should be able to get some from the VAB and then the satellite place. What's that called? Tracking center. Okay. Oh, we need brakes. Deploy all. Keep. Collect all. Turn off brakes. And is it still true that touching the building can give you more science? Let's find out. It is. That's so weird. Okay, deploy all. Keep, and recover. Okay, well, if we ever need just a little bit more science, we can just do another one of these. There's like 20 different situations or something. I think they removed a lot. They used to have like a ridiculous number. I think it's a bit less ridiculous, but still kind of ridiculous. All right, so I didn't actually mean to click on that, but I wanted to. What else do we want? So advanced construction would allow for nose cones, plates, adapters, and docking ports. Aviation gives me a bigger fairing. Procedural fairing base, it's definitely what we want. Enhanced survivability, I don't really care about that, but I might care about simple command modules. And space exploration, what does that get me? Cargo storage, ladders. What kind of antenna is this? Direct to megameters? No. We do want that. The end. Radio plasma wave scanner. And that gives me an 8 million relay, which is much better. So we want that a lot. So gizmos, heat management, I don't care about. Electrics. Oh, that's just something you can put stuff in. When do I get more probe cores? Am I missing something, or have I not gotten like any probe cores at all? Oh, okay, this one had it. That's right. And then when do I get the next one? Is it here? Precision engineering? Oh, that has another good experiment in it. And the round Probodyne. Yep, that's the one that I really want because it has prograde hold. And also the multispectral scanner. An 8G relay antenna? That feels way too strong. Huh. Can't research over 100 science though, but so let's go with this one. And Ooh, that would be nice to have all the different RCS thrusters. Let's maybe go with that. I think that's cooler. Okay, so we won't do any more Kerbal Space Center science farming. Let's actually go for a contract. I already have a contract. What is it again? Suborbital trajectory and return. So let's do that. And then I think our next one will be the geosynchronous satellite that we never launched from before. And I might just have to make a new one because I broke something. I wonder what these parts are that I'm missing. I can load the Kerbal too, but that's it. Well, we will make a new craft. And we've got the Octo, which has stability assist. Okay, and we want to return this, so we need a parachute on top. And then... what's the mission again? Just suborbital trajectory, return home safely. Okay. So we just need a battery, which I will actually fit. Wow, that's way too skinny. Jeez. Oh, there we go. Okay, this one is the one I want. So I'll put the battery there. I kind of do actually want Smart Tank to be attached parts. So will that work with a new one? Yeah, there we go. Sometimes it causes an immense lag when I click on stuff and I don't know why, but it seems to be working fine just now. We'll use the torch again. And we need this to be, how much delta V? Probably, well, let's put on the communication part as well. Shouldn't need any solar. And I think I'll go for 1500 delta V. That seemed like enough. And we'll just keep our TWR low. And then we need to set our parachute settings. So 0 spare chutes, does that even change anything? 0 spare chutes is 1539. 5 spare chutes is 1540. Yeah, that doesn't even change anything. Okay, use current, craft mass, dry mass, touchdown speed 4, altitude pre-deployment 10,000, altitude deployment 500, deployment speed should be 3, pre-deployment speed should be 4. That all seems fine. Okay. Now we've already had the Cry Bee. Let's have the Cry Bug one. And I think that'll all work. Make sure staging's correct. Save it. Do we have launch clamps yet? I do. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll get a little launch clamp on this guy. The launch clamp is huge. Deploy limit. Oh, what? I'm just now learning you could do that. That's so cool. Wow, okay. That's fun. Alright, this should do it. So, simple return from space. Give me one moment. I think I gotta take a quick little break. All right, I'm back. It's funny, this thing is not very heavy. We're talking 1 ton, but it's heavy enough that this um, clamp is slightly tilted sideways. You know, you can see on the nav ball, I'm not pointed exactly straight up. So I guess that just stresses the importance of maybe using 2 clamps. But we can launch and reduce my thrust just a little bit. I'll keep my TWR around 4. Okay, reduce it a little bit again. TWR is at 5. Are we gonna make it? We're not gonna make it. Okay, I just didn't have enough fuel. I am kind of curious. I want to see what this looks like if we extend that out. And then we need to give myself maybe more like 2200 delta V. That should be plenty. Okay, let's try that. The cry bug just got a little longer. You spend a lot of time watching loading screens in this game. It's just part of it. Okay. So let's see what happens this time. Okay, it's the same thing. I didn't know if that little metal part would like retract or if it would just do what it normally does. And it just did what it normally does. Alright, so I actually want more speed now. Things only start to overheat once you actually get just a much higher surface speed in the first place. So it's like right around here that I want to slow it down. Because I think it's when you get above 1,000 meters a second that you really start to encounter extreme amounts of heat. Okay, this should be plenty of delta V to reach the atmosphere. I'll actually just cut off the thrust. No reason to waste time. We'll arm the parachute. That'll auto-deploy when it's time, and I think we're good to go. Situation, suborbital trajectory in 10, 5, done. Okay, so we just need to return home safely. Easy enough. Oh, yeah, the other thing died. Test 2. Which was more like a ballistic missile than it was an actual rocket. Accidental nuclear war. Alright, so that'll pre-deploy at 10,000. Crap. I wasn't really expecting to be going that fast still. Well, guess we're screwed. Launch was a failure. Okay, well, back to... I don't want to revert, but you can't go straight to the vehicle assembly building, which is kind of annoying. So our parachute settings were not that great. Our rocket was too aerodynamic, and it ended up maintaining a very large speed, even down to 10,000. Okay, so let's fix that. Alright, so what I need to do... What do I need to do, actually? I think we need to give myself some lateral speed with any remaining delta V. That will help. And then number 2, I need to change this to be a little bit lower of a pre-deployment altitude. Let's try 6,000. And hopefully by then I'm going slow enough for all of that. And otherwise, I don't know what else I can do. Yeah, we'll just try our updated Crybug 1. Probably should have given it a new model since I technically changed something, but it was only the settings on a part. I didn't really change any parts, so I think it still counts. Alright, this time for real. Full throttle ahead. Okay, we'll just stop there. We'll turn sideways a little bit here. Use our remaining fuel to get some horizontal velocity. And that'll help slow me down a lot. And now we'll arm parachute. And this time... What? The heck? I didn't hit deploy parachute? Okay, I'm reverting to launch. Our vehicle set. That isn't what I was supposed to do. What on earth? What was that? Did I just hit the wrong button and hit deploy? I might have. Because this is set to... altitude pre-deployment. Oh, that's 60,000. Oh gosh, I just did an extra 0. That's funny. I should have must go down to deploy as true as well. Alright. Well, that was just a typo. Okay, this time for really real. Alright, here we go. Full throttle ahead. And I'll just turn like a couple degrees from vertical. That'll give me a little bit of horizontal speed without taking much vertical speed. Okay, so the last 500 will turn our trajectory a little bit. All right, that should do it. Try again, arm parachute. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to just give myself horizontal velocity with the rest of my delta V. There we go. And that'll make my craft lighter too, which will mean it slows down faster. Okay, so there we go. Return home safely is our only need. Also, having the craft turned sideways is going to be helpful too at slowing me down. It'll probably return to vertical fairly quickly, but it'll add some extra initial resistance. And even when it's like swinging back and forth, you can see the Atmos efficiency goes up, which means more drag, which is good. So hopefully this time it'll slow down enough by the time we get to 6,000 meters. Oh shoot, it's not going to. Wow. Okay, well, I mean, we are learning. We are learning what not to do. So it's really the steep angle of re-entry that's the problem. Because I'm punching through the dense part of the atmosphere far too quickly. So there's a few things that we could do to fix this. I mean, we could just put more... we could put fins that actually allow us to control the direction. So, you know, if we sort by mass, what's the smallest one that allows me to... I mean, I guess those are technically wings. I don't think we should use helicopter blades, though. So these Delta Deluxe winglets, which are huge, have a little bit of a control surface. I could probably use tweak scale, though, to scale those down. But then at that point, the relative surface area is not actually that high. Another option is just to give myself more delta V, actually, so I can go on a much more shallow trajectory. I don't hate that idea. What's another idea would be that I reduce my speed with more fuel as I'm re-entering the atmosphere. Kind of do it, you know, like as I'm falling back down to about 60 kilometers, then I use the rest of my fuel to go back to a 0 speed. That would reduce it even more. All that. What are the options that I like the most? I think I like just a much more shallow trajectory. That feels better. So we'll just kind of bump up to like something, you know, 3,000 delta V. And we need to recalculate all this. And then this is the Crybook 2. Save. So we'll just barely pop out of the atmosphere, and the rest of our delta V will be giving us horizontal velocity. More horizontal velocity means a much shallower angle, which means more time spent at each, section of the atmosphere, meaning more time for drag to play its part. Alright, so we'll wait until our apoapsis is, 40K, and then we'll start to turn sideways. I think part of the problem is this thing is just so dang aerodynamic. If it was less aerodynamic, it would actually slow down a lot better. Okay. So we'll reduce our thrust a bit. I'm gimbaling to the side as much as I can. The torch doesn't have a ton of ability to gimbal, but as the atmosphere thins out, it has more control of the craft. And we'll just keep turning sideways. Until we're completely parallel. There we go, and I'll even go down a little bit to keep our apoapsis down. We want to keep it at about 100,000-ish. Okay. Arm parachute. Another thing I could have done is jettison the entire fuel tank and engine, and then just literally had the pod land. That probably would have been a good idea. Because part of the reason it could punch through is this had a lot of mass comparatively to its surface area. But without all of the mass of this part and this part, which is most of the weight, then that thing would slow down by itself pretty quick in the atmosphere. Alright, so speed up a little bit, re-entry in 1 minute. Okay, we've got re-entry. This time we should see quite a bit more slowing down because we've got 1 kilometer a second horizontal speed. So we're at about a 45-degree angle right now. Yeah, there we go. Don't tell me it's going to explode. Oh my gosh, it is. This is hilarious. Okay, this is the hardest mission I've done, considering how easy it should be. I just can't believe we failed so many times. This is really funny. Okay, let's try again. So I'm just gonna do that thing I talked about, where I jettison the engine. And then I guess this doesn't have very much ability to withstand. Yeah, 1200 Kelvin. So maybe what I should do is this. We'll do a tiny heat shield. Let's see. Oh, it's auto-fitting, but not doing that correctly. Length. Does length even matter? Interesting. I guess that's a way you can help adjust your center of mass. Or does it even change? It does. Okay, well that's it. That's interesting. So we'll keep it that length. Diameter needs to be smaller. Oh, it has a minimum. Can't go below that. Okay, well, fair enough, fair enough. Ablator we don't need very much. And then we need a decoupler, which we can use a stack decoupler. To be point. Nope, that has a minimum too. This is ugly. Should work though. Move those stagings to the correct spots. Okay. The Crybug 2. This had better work. Or 3, I guess. If this doesn't work, then I'm just... I don't know. Because, I mean, the decreased aerodynamic profile, like all the mass behind the same shape, and increasing our surface area should help a lot. It'll make it harder to escape, but I've got plenty of delta V. Yeah, you can see our Atmos efficiency, like we're struggling more to punch through. So we've got a lot more drag than we did before. Yeah, I mean, our efficiency is still at 150%, which is really bad. At this point, it should be a lot lower than that. In fact, will we even get out of the atmosphere? We might not. We need 85K. And we might get there. Yeah, okay. But this is going to keep giving me some drag, so we'll see. I think we'll be okay, because drag is continually decreasing, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to jettison. Hi, Torty. It's a good one. It is a good one. I would highly recommend it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Kerbal Space Program 2. I'm not getting my hopes too high. I feel like there's so many ways that they could mess it up. Like if the mod support isn't as good, or if they don't, I don't know. I feel like this game has been, in a lot of ways, perfect, and so it's going to be hard to be just as good. But we'll see how they do it. I'm very excited. I'll definitely buy it. It's just a question of will it be everything we want it to be or not. Okay, so let's see if this thing actually survives re-entry. It did better. Hopefully the increased size and the decreased weight will cause me to slow down faster. Oh yeah, we're already slowing down at 25,000. The last few launches were not so good. Okay, now our parachute's safe to pre-deploy. We'll be fine. Yeah, I had a far too skinny profile for it to slow down just based on drag alone. Okay, pre-deployed. That'll slow me down even more. I'll quick save. And then hopefully we should just be able to land. The parachute's about 18 times bigger than the probe itself. All right, good stuff, good stuff. Oh my gosh, 2.5 meters a second. It's gonna take me an hour to land. This is where better time warp comes in. Hyper warp. Let's see. We want a different physics setting. Faster physics. Physics warp. So instead of 2, 3, 4, we'll do 3, 5, and maybe 3, 6, 10. Could be a bad thing, but we'll do it. I did quick save. Oh wait, I didn't select it. Faster physics, select. There we go. Okay, 3, 6, 10. Okay, slow down a little bit, slow down a little bit more. And there we go. Bam. Okay, finally got that contract complete. 38,000 Crybucks, recover the vessel. Good deal. Wow, that was supposed to be a quick and easy mission, and it took me 4 tries to actually complete it. It's not what I expected. All right. Click-through blocker doesn't seem to be working on that. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we need our next mission, which is going to be Career Evolution, First Satellite. And I actually want this to be a satellite designed for communications. And I will need to upgrade for flight planning both of these. I am a little bit short on money. Let's see if there's a way I can make some more money first. Space tourism is a no. Mid-miss flyby is a no. Moon exploration. I could test a part, make about 42,000. Or do these satellites, but that's all the same thing where I really need maneuver nodes. I guess I can try one without maneuver nodes. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. I have you know, the Kerbal Engineer Redux information, which some could argue is cheating. I don't really feel like information is cheating, but that will allow me to get into geosynchronous orbit without having maneuver nodes. So that's fine. Okay, so new craft. We'll throw our probe core down. And we'll do a little fuel tank with an engine. What engine? 290, 290. Let's see. Thrust. 245. Liquid hydrogen. Probably not going to use that. The Pug has 330, but weighs 400 kilograms. Given all the weight of solar panels and stuff, that's probably fine. Okay, so we'll increase the length a little bit here. And then I want to have, let's see, some solar panels. firstly. So 4 solar panels, doesn't add a ton of weight, should give me plenty of energy. I do miss, one thing I miss about remote tech is that it had, oops, sorry, I keep mousing out of my KSP window. It had these antennas still require electricity to run. ComNet does not do that. So you don't actually need a lot of electricity to run your ComNet satellites. Really, it's just ScanSat that you have to worry about that. So I actually don't love that. I liked having to deal with electricity for my satellites. Maybe there's a mod that still exists. I think there actually is. Let me pop open CCAN for a second. CCAN visible. Okay, so in CCAN, I think it's called ComNet. No, it's something consumptor. ComNet antennas consumptor. Extended antennas consume electric charge for supporting ComNet. So I'm actually gonna enable that on my next play. But for now, I don't know exactly how much these are gonna consume, which is kind of interesting. So who knows if this satellite will actually work properly. Another thing you can do is put satellites into a polar orbit. That makes them less likely to be behind Kerbal when the sun's out. Because if you put them in a hemispherical orbit, then it's always going to pass behind Kerbal every single time, every day, every time it rotates. But if you put it polar orbit, then it will only be behind Kerbal in a certain time of year. And at other times of year, the satellite can always see the sun. So those are just other things to think about. But we want relay. So that's direct, 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 relay. Relay. So these are my 2 relays. So yeah, I mean, there's really no point to this one because this one has 20 million and this one only has 8 million. So why wouldn't I just put these? Okay, so then I do want to look at antenna helper, which is where? Where are my toolbar buttons even? Am I blind? Oh, it's up here. There it is. I am blind. Okay, so this one... relay. So that'll give it 56 million meters. I think it's around 8 million meters in the first place. I'd like to be able to make it to the moon. Pick a target. Gosh, I don't know. Let's just add 8 of these. I think that's going to work out better. And we'll just leave it at that. And then we'll make this a little longer. Okay. So that's all there. This does have a very small amount of reaction wheel. So we should be able to turn, not very quickly, but it'll work. And then we need a little nose cone. Okay. So now, let's go back to my delta V stuff. I think we said we needed 7,000. 5,000 to get into orbit, 2,000 to raise our orbit. Yeah, it was 1935 from last time. To raise our orbit up to geosynchronous. So then We need a coupler. This does not look like an engine plate. Right? Am I right about that? The picture looks nothing like an engine plate, but there we go. So, I mean, we can enable staging. Short, medium. I don't totally understand. Oh, that's how far away the attachment point is. Oh, I see what that is. Okay, I actually don't want that. We just want the regular decoupler. And then we need a normal fuel tank. And monopropellant tank, actually. Do we not have procedural monopropellant? Doesn't look like it. Because we're gonna need this to be able to turn in space. Alright, so this is gonna be one to finish getting in orbit and raise our orbit. So I will want the... Oh, did I lose it? I don't have the Terrier anymore. Okay, that's not great. Huh. Okay, well, I guess my options are limited. That's not what I wanted to do. Oof, that's such a low TWR. But it will work. We want to reduce monopropellant too. It's costing me some DV. And then I want to put in some little RCS ports so that I can turn this puppy. I think 4 is good. And then... Oh, do I not have... There's another mod I use all the time called RCS Build Aid. I must have forgotten to install that one too. And that tells me the torque that I'm putting on the ship, which is really important. Because this tells me the thrust of the RCS, but it won't tell me how much torque is going to be put on the ship. And knowing the torque versus the mass is a really helpful number because that gives you the amount you're going to rotate when you actually thrust. So yeah, I must have forgotten. You know, I left CCAN up. I'm so sorry, everybody. But I must have forgotten to install that one. RCS Build Aid. Yep, I just completely spaced on it. Okay, well, I'll have to install that one after we're done as well. Okay, I'll just trust that that's good enough to rotate a little bit. It might not be. And then, what else do I need? Okay, so that's 5,000 delta V, so I need to get that. We need another 2,000. So let's just throw some chunkers on here. Sort by mass. And we'll get some Space Y heavy lifters, the aerodynamics. And technically that should be enough. So the goal with the first stage is to get this pod to about 80, well, about 100,000 meters. Okay, so let's get the stability enhancers. I like it better when they're attached to the middle. And then we do want to auto strut on root part. And then that should all work. Okay, so what kind of bug? Maybe a lightning bug? Lightning bug? No. Lightning bug 1. Okay, and then we need figure vessel naming. This is a relay. Okay. We need electric charge. That's the thing I've forgotten. Let's drop a couple of these on there. So is that why it's... I don't know. I get tiny little lag spikes when I click on stuff, and I don't know why. Alright, let's try that. I am scared of not having enough delta V. 75, 75. Seems a little tight, considering I'm not going to have a lot of efficiency. So let's go a little longer on this one. Okay. That's about 200 more delta V total. Let's see if this works. Geez, these loading times, though. Man. Ah, I see. The game has crashed. Wait, what? No, it didn't. It gave me the not responding thing, and then it ends up working. That's hilarious. Okay, well, that was strange. Let's see if this can make it to geosynchronous orbit. Shall we? It's a violent launch. And we'll just tilt over just a little bit. My TWR might be a bit too high. Can't throttle down. Yeah, I think my whole ship's gonna explode. I forgot to check the thrust percentage on the solid rocket boosters. Oh geez, now the whole thing's gonna fall over. Huh, actually that may have worked. There we go. I'll wait until that's down below 10% before I jettison. Because those things are actually helping me fly straight at the moment, I believe. Okay, so we'll pop those off. And then we will activate monopropellant. Which works, but slowly. I didn't even need 24 monopropellant though, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. So time to apoapse is a minute, so I need to get thrust in. Goodbye, pieces I'll never see again. Go into orbit. We just want to go parallel. And hopefully we'll get enough thrust from this stage. It's going pretty slow. This is a 9-minute. Yeah, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Huh. Why did I think this was going to work? I have no idea. But we just don't have enough time to speed up enough to get into orbit. Because we're going to re-enter in less than a minute. And even if I turn this to be perfectly prograde, we're already at our apoapsis. And we're only going 700 meters a second. Yeah, we're going to have to switch this around a little bit. It's because I don't have a more powerful engine. The Terrier would have worked fine. That's the normal one that you use for higher efficiency, but we haven't unlocked that yet. So I'm trying to think of what else I could do. What's going on? Why is the screen black? We seem to have encountered a bug. Can't click escape. Doesn't seem like. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we can be done with today's stream. It's gonna stop soon anyway, but man, well, we didn't make as much progress as I hoped. But we'll be back. We'll be back for more Kerbal Space Program. Don't you worry. Come and chill. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the game, but the screen is black, even though we are, like, in the VAB. It's so weird. Alright, well, it's been fun hanging out. Come hang out next time. Follow me on Twitch. And if you're watching on YouTube, let me know what you think in the comments.